Iron deficiency anemia. Have you heard about the curious case of Benjamin Glutton? Benjamin was a 3-year-old boy whose parents were fed up with his mud eating habits. While talking to the pediatrician, they admitted Benjamin was always tired, irritable, and didn't have much of an appetite. On examination, the boy had pallor and an increased heart rate. He had abnormal spoon shaped nails. There was no organomegaly or lymphadenopathy. The doctor suspected a particular type of anemia, which he confirmed with blood tests. The hemoglobin level was reduced, as well as the red cell indices MCV, MCH, and MCHC, which tells us that both the size of the RBC and the hemoglobin content within were reduced. The red cell distribution width, RDW, was high. The reticulocyte count was low, which meant that RBC precursors were not being released from the bone marrow. This concept is called ineffective erythropoiesis. The peripheral smear showed microcytic hypochromic RBCs. The RBCs were very small, showed pallor in more than one-third of the cell, with marked variation in size and shape. There were abnormal RBC forms like pencil-shaped cells and elliptocytes. Microcytic hypochromic anemia can be seen in four conditions, namely iron deficiency anemia, sideroblastic anemia, thalassemia, and anemia of chronic disease. In order to differentiate these, biochemical tests were done. Serum iron was decreased. Transferrin saturation was decreased. Transferrin is a protein that transports iron in the blood. Normally, transferrin is saturated up to 33% with iron. Total iron binding capacity, TIBC, of transferrin was increased. Serum ferritin was decreased. Ferritin is the storage form of iron. And hemoglobin electrophoresis and high performance liquid chromatography, also known as HPLC, showed a normal pattern. The four differential diagnoses were analyzed using these parameters. Iron deficiency anemia shows a microcytic hypochromic blood picture with marked anisopoikilocytosis, elliptocytes, and pencil-shaped cells. This is the cause for a raised RDW. Due to the lack of iron, there is ineffective erythropoiesis, hence a low reticulocyte count and absence of these cells in the smear. The red cell indices are all decreased. Serum iron profile shows a decrease in iron, ferritin, transferrin saturation, and an increase in total iron binding capacity. In case of doubtful etiology, a bone marrow aspirate can be done. Iron deficiency is characterized by small erythroblasts called micronormoblasts and a special stain for iron called Prussian blue or Pearl's stain shows absolutely no iron. This picture compares the blue granules of iron found in normal bone marrow with its absence in iron deficiency anemia. These features clinched the diagnosis. However, the other differentials had to be ruled out. Beta thalassemia major is a hemoglobinopathy caused by abnormal beta chains. Early onset of anemia, hepatosplenomegaly, and repeated blood transfusions characterize this disease. Although the blood picture is microcytic hypochromic with anisopoikilocytosis, target cells, NRBCs, numerous reticulocytes, and basophilic stippling are present. Hemoglobin electrophoresis and HPLC show an increase in hemoglobin F. Beta thalassemia minor patients may have mild or absence of anemia altogether. Microcytic hypochromic anemia may be seen with presence of few target cells, basophilic stippling, and a mildly elevated RDW. Hemoglobin electrophoresis and HPLC shows an increase in hemoglobin A2. Sideroblastic anemia is caused by production of abnormal erythroid cells in the marrow. It is marked by ringed sideroblasts, which are erythroid cells with more than normal iron content. The peripheral smear shows a dimorphic blood picture with both normocytic and microcytic hypochromic cells. The serum iron, ferritin, and transferrin are increased with a decrease in TIBC. Iron in the bone marrow is increased. Thus, the iron profile is completely opposite to that of iron deficiency anemia. Anemia of chronic disease is due to inflammation associated with infections, immune reactions, or malignancies. Although the serum iron is decreased, the TIBC is reduced, and serum ferritin is increased in contrast to iron deficiency anemia. Bone marrow is normal or shows an increase in iron stores. Thus, all the other causes for microcytic anemia were ruled out, and a final diagnosis of iron deficiency anemia was made. Feel free to take a snapshot of the table. Pop quiz. Are you still curious about Benjamin Glutton? His funny nails and craving for mud? We'll come to that. But first, let's brush up on some basics of iron metabolism in the body. Iron is absorbed in the duodenum in two dietary forms: heme iron, found in animal products, and non-heme iron, which is plant-based. Once absorbed, iron is transported in the blood, bound to transferrin, which delivers it to the bone marrow for RBC production, the liver for storage as ferritin or hemosiderin, and other tissues for cellular function. Its metabolism is regulated by a hormone called hepcidin, which is produced by the liver. When serum iron is high, hepcidin levels increase, leading to decreased iron absorption and increased storage of iron. Conversely, when serum iron is low, hepcidin levels decrease, allowing for increased iron absorption and release from storage to meet the body's needs. Iron is lost from the body by desquamation from the skin, genitourinary tract, and GI tract. This loss amounts to 1 milligram per day, but is double in a menstruating woman. I guess Iron Man has it easy. It's tougher to be an iron woman. The body also has a recycling plant of its own. Breakdown of old and worn-out RBCs in the reticuloendothelial system reroutes iron for birth of new RBCs in the bone marrow. Most of the iron, 65%, in the body is within hemoglobin. The remainder is present as myoglobin in muscles, enzymes like catalase, peroxidase, etc., roaming in the circulation bound to transferrin, or settle down in storage forms like ferritin and hemosiderin. So, in spite of having so many forms of iron in the body, how does one develop iron deficiency? When the serum iron levels decrease, the storage form comes to its rescue. However, when ferritin is exhausted, the deficiency becomes apparent through worsening anemia. A few important causes of iron deficiency are listed in this table. Feel free to take a snapshot. Coming to the most interesting part of this session, the curious case of Benjamin Glutton. What are the clinical features of iron deficiency? Well, the symptoms and signs of any case of anemia include fatigue, palpitations, dyspnea, pallor, and increased heart rate. Elderly patients with severe anemia may present with angina or congestive cardiac failure. For reasons unknown, some patients with iron deficiency anemia develop a craving to eat inedible stuff like mud or clay. This symptom is called pica, which led Benjamin's parents to the doctor's clinic. I guess some people take their mud cake a little too seriously. Iron deficiency can also present with koilonychia, which are spoon-shaped brittle nails. Oral manifestations include atrophic mucositis or bald tongue, which appears smooth, red, and glazed. Glossopyrosis, which is a burning sensation in the tongue. Glossodynia, which is a painful tongue. A painful bald tongue on fire. Never thought you would ever hear a sentence like that, did you? Other features are pallor of the oral mucosa, angular cheilitis, recurrent aphthous ulcers, predisposition to candidiasis, and Palmer-Vinson syndrome, which is a triad of dysphagia, stomatitis, and atrophic glossitis. The dysphagia is due to the presence of thin membranous post-cricoid esophageal webs. If features of iron deficiency anemia are noticed during a dental examination, ensuring optimal dental care requires considering certain points, such as surgical dental procedures require checking a patient's complete blood count and hemoglobin levels. Hemoglobin levels must be above 10 grams per deciliter for a patient to undergo any surgical dental procedure. General anesthesia is not administered if a patient's hemoglobin is less than 10 grams per deciliter. Elective oral surgery or periodontal procedures are not performed on patients with severe anemia because they can increase bleeding and impair wound healing. Treatment includes consumption of iron-rich food like red meat, poultry, lentils, beans, green leafy vegetables, etc., iron supplements, IV iron therapy, blood transfusions in severe cases, while addressing the underlying cause of deficiency. Plummer-Vinson, also known as Patterson-Kelly syndrome, is a risk factor for squamous cell carcinomas of the oral cavity and upper esophagus. Hope you had fun learning with us and your knowledge on this topic is ironclad.